what happens is a cow will eat grass, and so I'll start from the beginning. So a plant is growing, it is photosynthesizing, it's taking carbon out of the atmosphere and turning it into plant and sugars and a whole lot of other crazy good things, carbohydrates, and pumping at the same time it's pumping sugar into the soil. What it's doing, you might think, why is it doing that? What a waste. It's actually producing food and supplying nutrients, or more just straight carbon as a sugar source for fungus and bacteria in the soil. And the transaction that takes place is the fungus and bacteria, the biology of the soil, translocates nutrients up to some hundreds of metres via fungal hyphae and fungal highway to the plant. So there's a communication going on between these trees with each other, like these roots of these trees would all be talking to each other. Right. A bit like Avatar, right? He actually wasn't too wrong. He made a shit film, doco, but he made it really good. Right. And so there's this amazing communication going on down there. One of the relationships is this. It's called the liquid carbon pathway.
Yep.
So a healthy plant is growing, it's pumping sugars into the ground, it's taking carbon out of the atmosphere, it's putting it in there. But a plant like a grass species gets to a point where it stops growing because it then goes reproductive, whether it's annual or perennial, it wants to go reproductive. When we use ruminants, in North America, 250 years ago there were a couple of 100 million bison roaming in North America. Right. They basically created the grasslands of North America through this process of grazing in large herds that were some 50 kilometres wide and long, and disturbing the ground, eating the grass and creating fertility there, or providing fertility through urine and dung. There's actually in bovine urine there's a plant growth hormone. So this is one of the crazy things. So bovines grazing grass is an integral part of this liquid carbon pathway of these plants pumping carbon into the ground. So there's this continual sequestering of carbon from being carbon dioxide to an organic inert matter, carbon, in the ground. The biggest carbon sink on the planet, one of them, is soil. It's also the ocean. Yeah. So, I as a farmer can't do much about the ocean, but as a farmer I can do a lot about the carbon that I can sequester and put in the ground. The other wonderful thing about that is the more carbon in the ground, the higher the water holding capacity. The better water holding capacity, the more plants I can grow, the better the balances of nutrients in that soil, the better food I can produce. So what we're doing, what I trust I'm doing, and what a lot of farmers are doing and can do around the planet, is sequester carbon. That's going to be good for the whole globe.
Right.
And grow nutrient-dense food. That's pretty good for mankind.
Right.
And for me, those two issues, problems we have, global health and human health, is going to be addressed pretty squarely by something as simple as grazing animals on land. So that's the spiel, but that's how it works.